Hey everybody, this is Andrew, and welcome back to another The Greatest Attorney Chronicles. We are resuming case 2. Ooh. In the last episode, we looked back to the second case. In the last episode, we are having a little bit of flashback to see how did Natsume got himself arrested again for the second time. And it seems that due to the case of a haunted lodging, that Mr. Shamsier blamed him for poisoning him or nearly killing him. So once again, Natsume had been allegedly put to as a murder for attempted murder again. Yes, when I mean by again, this guy could not even catch a break. Well, anyways, without further ado, let's resume the trial. 22nd February, 9:23 a.m. The Old Bailey Defendant's Antechamber. Oh, for another side note, I'll be doing the read along and a little bit of ad-libbings. The Old Bailey. This place always makes me feel strange, even though I had came back 2 days ago. I seem to get chills down my spine and break out in a nervous sweat all at the same time. Well, I didn't think I'd be back here so soon. That's my line! Good morning! Good morning, Mr. Natsume. It was only 2 days that I was declared not guilty here. Yes, we somehow managed to prove that he didn't stab Mr. Green in the back. But not this! Another morning, another murder, and here I am again in this hellhole. Well, just be glad you're not charged for murder than sorry. Well, just be glad you're charged for attempted murder than murder. Both cases are really not good. Can't keep coming to court. Oh. I'm beginning to think he's right. He really does seem as though he's cursed. Listen now, though. I'm afraid I had some bad news. Oh. Mr. Natsume, good morning. Yes, morning. So here we are again. Yes, again. Judica, this is Miss Mikoto, ex-wife. What's the bad news? Oh dear. You heard, didn't you? Did you? If you come in shouting at the top of your voice, can't help hearing what you say. People can't hear what you say. Oh, I am sorry. You done nothing wrong, Mr. Soto. Now, what is it? Well, it seems that the prosecution in today's trial will be led by Lord Baron Van Zieks. Oh, sure, hello. Van Zieks. Oh, God, not again! Oh no, oh no. Time for a top of my wine again. The so-called real Ricardo Bailey, the most legendary prosecutor in the land. In the trial 2 days ago, he pursued Soseki-san and I relentlessly. Of course, by the skin of our teeth, we managed to pull through, but still. Perhaps Mr. Natsume's acquittal in the last trial wasn't the end of the matter. After all, yes, I know what you're thinking. A legend of the Reaper that says nothing can save a person in the dark when Lord Van Zieks is the prosecutor. Oh no! That even if the person is found not guilty, the accused will meet that even if the person is not found guilty, the accused will meet a mysterious end on one way or another. And we experience it firsthand. A man we successfully defended met the most terrifying end after his acquittal right here in the Old Bailey. Do I have to put out with those ice cold eyes boring into my soul again? Caught by an evil spirit and now by the Reaper. Here, all petrifying terrors potentially. Yeah. Well, as long as you don't do this kind of poses, yeah, maybe so. But anyways, moving on. Well, if it is potentially, at least you appear to have hope, Miss Natsume. Welcome to Mr. Naohiro Esquire. Yes, I'm I'm innocent. You have to believe me. You more than anyone now. Don't worry. I'll be your steadfast ally every step in the way in the battle, I promise. And this promises to be a hard battle, I fear. Here we go again. Well, the trial is scheduled to begin shortly. We should move into the courtroom. Let's go. Oh yes, I've got to say, I'm afraid he won't be able to make it. Mr. Sholmes, I mean. Uh, that's probably for the best. Oh, if he were to, if he were here, I might be tempted to rely on his help. And Soseki will be screaming on top of his lungs to ask him to get out of here. and that could be seen as a weakness. If Lord Van Zieks were to notice, he'd prey on it mercilessly. At least, that's my gut feel. Mr. Naohiro. You're right. Yes, you're right, so right. Oh, well said, look. Listen to Mr. Naohiro, it's right. Well said. I swear on this sword at my side, and on the spirit of Kazuma that is harbored, I'll show him to what a Japanese lawyer can do. I set you free with honor. Oh yes! Alright, now then. 22nd February, 9:40 AM, the Old Bailey Courtroom. Okay.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. It's good to be back after a month, okay?
What?
Anyways, now call upon the counsel for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed.
The prosecution is ready. The defense is ready, my lord. Readiness for the trial, my learned Nipponese friend, is not what the defense needed. What you need is readiness for your inevitable defeat. It's not just my imagination, it's really there. Lord Van Zieks has such an animosity towards us Japanese for some reason. It was some time ago that he first became known as the Reaper of the Daylight, I believe. These past few years, he hasn't appeared in court at all. Yet now he's back in the courtroom, though for some reason, only when I'm defending. This Reaper, with his curious disdain for us Japanese, is a prosecutor shrouded in mystery. Still, this isn't the time to be pondering that. I have to concentrate on Soseki-san's trial.
Furthermore, I call upon the sick ladies and gentlemen of the jury. You have to be chosen and run them to represent the will of the people of the trial. Are you ready to fulfill your duty?
Oh shit, not you again! Wait, isn't this the same guys? Wait, now I think about it. Aren't these the same juror people from the last case? I mean, case 4? What the hell are you back here? Wait, I need to see this. Absolutely, I feel feeling this lucky was innocent before. Yeah, she's back too. I must say, I feel especially ruthless on the days when my hat refuses to sit right. Yeah, this guy also back. Okay, that's a new lady. Oh, well, I rather like how you're wearing your hat. I think this ruthless look is very fitting next to me. Okay, so instead of Join Garada, he's replaced by her this time. Hold on. Okay. I need to be somewhere at 10 o'clock. I have a very important meeting. Let's make this quick. Yeah, this is one back again.
I couldn't be more. I need to take home 5 bucks tonight, or the missus will go to the room. Or you'll be seeing me in a time saver.
Hey, at least I can fight this old guy again.
In a nutshell, someone like here and make him flock to the righteous way. I remember. I don't remember that I have a rough day. I was chasing some guy who's running around in the hospital and
Wait, what again?
nothing. You just do your thing. What do I have? Oh, lunch this time.
The British jury system is so very different on our own, isn't it? It's quite extraordinary to think that the power of this judgment in the six. It's quite extraordinary to think that the power of judgment is in the hands of the 6 members of the public, and that the judge can only pass sentence when all jurors are in agreement about the defendant's guilt. 6 citizens of London chosen at random, or at least that's the idea. I mean, come on. What are these guys do? I mean, I saw 5 of them before in 2 days ago. You sure London is not sick? You sure that London is not populated with 60 people, not included with tourists or foreigners? What's next? What's next? Russians and Americans? Come on. If I may, the prosecution will draw attention to the fact that the accused was on trial here about 2 days ago. Accordingly, where possibly the same jurors had been asked to return for duty today. Okay, that doesn't make sense. Otherwise, I'm almost going to think that London has some budgetary cutbacks or something.
Anyway, jokes aside on the budgetary thing, very well. Let's not comment the trial. Lord Van Zieks, your opening statement, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is not the intent of the prosecution to cast doubt over your past decision. However, the innocent verdict of the essential witness before has a dire consequence. Did the accused repent for his wrongdoing in the fair? Far from it. Instead, he used his freedom to perpetrate the most blood-curdling crime, namely that of the attempted murder of his neighboring lodger, an innocent Englishman. To explain the circumstances of the crime, the prosecution calls its first witness to the stand. Time to take off a cave. Yeah! The detective responsible for investigating the scene and the accused himself. Wait, what? Witnesses, your name and occupation, please.
Yes, sir. Tobias Grayson, Detective Inspector of the Scotland Yard's Homicide Division.
Also second Natsume from the Empire of Japan. My government ordered me to come here as a student to study your language and culture.
Mr. Natsume, why are you here again? Didn't you promise me not to come back here again?
Well, it's troubling. I wasn't... Yes, my lord, so...
I'm quite sure I'm not mistaken that you swore an oath never to set foot in my lord.
Well, I was kind of expected that line, but well...
I remember everyone yesterday.
The day before, in fact, my lord, 2 days ago, but close enough, yes. Believe me, this is the last place I want to be.
Anyways, Inspector, let's hear from you first. Explain the case for the court. Right you are, sir.
The incident occurred at the Garda household where the defendant has lodgings. In the ground floor of the victim, Mr. William Shamshire. The defendant has already admitted to visiting the victim on the night in question. Mr. Shamshire collapsed in his room as the result of poisoning by strychnine. What? Strychnine. He was found on the following morning where the landlord suspected that something was wrong, broke down the door,
This means I presume that the door to the victim's room was locked at the time of the incident.
Correct, my lord. It was locked from the inside, making entry to or exit from the room impossible.
Although the victim, Mr. Shakespeare, lived to tell the tale. He very nearly did, and the man was halfway to heaven where we first found him. I was the first officer in the scene, my lord. And I have the photographic print that I have taken at the time to show how it looked.
Yes, a chilling scene indeed.
The man looked much deceased.
That's right, everyone present believed that exactly what he was.
Very well, I shall accept this photographic print as evidence in the court. Now then, Mr. Natsume.
Yes.
As the defender, you have anything to say at this juncture?
They are haunted by interpreters.
Good gracious, what's haunted?
My lodgings. There's been a whole series of strange happenings in my lodgings. The tenant before me died in a mysterious circumstance. A woman was stabbed by no one in the street outside. And my neighbor was poisoned. And me. What about me? I've nearly been killed countless times. And I have to go to court for attempted murder twice in a row.
Kill Mr. Natsume, how?
Even on that fateful night it happened, when I returned from Mr. Sham's room, I lit my gas stove and climbed into bed, but before long, the stove went out, and somebody tried to kill me.
You must always extinguish all fires before retiring for the night, Mr. Natsume.
But it's so cold, my running nose will freeze. The point is, I didn't poison my neighbor. Oh, why am I being accused for this? Why is my existence so cursed?
Anyways, thank you, witness. I believe I have a reasonable clear picture of the events.
If I could raise one more point, my lord. One more. Conclusive point.
Conclusive? Go on.
Fortunately, the victim, Mr. Champion, has regained consciousness after his ordeal, and he had named the true culprit. Ah, great. The poison consumed by the victim was administered by the cup of tea that he drank on the night in question. Tea, my lord, that was brought to the victim's room by the accused.
Accused? Good grief. Order!
Yes, that's the crux of all this case. If the son is innocent, then why? Why has the victim accused him?
Well, Mr. Natsume, what have you said to this accusation?
That evening, yes, I did take some freshly brewed tea with me when I visited Mr. Shamsia's room as a gift. The public water pump outside always freezes at night, so I bought bottled water especially to make it. And this is the result. Never I would touch tea again, never. The public pump was frozen, you say? That's not information we heard before.
That will do, thank you. Now, according to our laws, the defense must have the opportunity to cross-examine witnesses at least once. Therefore, I confront these witnesses now for formal testimony. I presume that prosecution has no objection.
None whatsoever, my lord.
Good, then we will give you accounts of events on the night in question in the courtroom.
Yeah. Yes, my lord. Witness testimony. The catastrophic night. Sign. Hush again. It was around 9 o'clock that evening when I visited my neighbor, and I took some tea with me as a gift. We had a heated little debate over a nice hot drink, after which I went back in my room around 11. My tea was a complete place. Couldn't have locked the door behind me, otherwise he could, he?
Strike the knife takes some time to have an effect on the body. People don't kneel over immediately after taking it. The victim would have been perfectly able to lock the door after his guest left. The argument stands. Yes, I see. It's all relatively straightforward.
Excuse me, but that testimony does raise one rather crucial point, I think. Mr. Natsume claimed that his tea to have been harmless. Presumably, though, the teacups had been examined for traces of poison, haven't they? Why didn't I think of that?
Well, as it happened, no. We haven't been able to. Did I hear you correctly, Inspector? Scotland Yard has failed to examine the suspect substance.
How do you have overlooked something so important? Isn't that the first thing you should have done?
My learned Nipponese friend is falsely insane. The inspector said Scotland Yard was unable to examine the tea. Not that it was overlooked.
Unable? Why?
It's simple, really. There were none left, not a drop. Someone must have been very thirsty indeed. With current scientific techniques, it's not possible to test for poison under such circumstances. We only need a drop, but that's one drop does actually have to exist. Funnily enough. The lack of examination, and now notwithstanding, it appears nothing other than the tea passes the victim and slips on the nightly question. I see, thank you. The matter is clear. Cast your eyes over the jury, my learned friend.
What?
You can see in their faces, I'm sure, the recognition of the accused's guilt. Your client's fate is all but sealed. In the mere moments from now, you will lose, and your compatriot will be damned for all eternity. He's right.
I can feel all 6 of the jurors looking daggers at me. Especially one guy that he's still having a grudge against me because I blame him for it. But I can't let them beat me down. I won't.
Counsel to defer. Proceed with your cross-examination.
Yes, my lord. All right. Alright, so what should I do in the cast of Frosting Knife first? So anyways, before that, I'm gonna check. Okay. There's nothing I can check the soap here. Hey, where the hell did that thing go to? Oh, what is it, Miss Naruto? This bar of soap. When we first found it, I could have sworn there was some sort of round this in this depression just here, a reddish one. Yes, you're right. I remember it too. And now the depression is completely empty. Where could this have gone? Maybe a tale of bar of soap had been updated. Yeah, that thing's gone. Okay. Well, let's see. What the hell is this thing? Well, this guy's not dead, so let's put. Okay, I'm gonna check the teacup. Yeah, I'm just gonna check this thing. How about here? This is the teacup from which Mr. Natsume was drinking. Yes, unlike the other ones, the inside of the cup is completely clean. I suppose he must have drunk the contents before the tea has a chance to leave the mark. Always gulp it down too. Sorry, Mr. Natsume? Well, if you sip it little by bit, if you sip it little by little, it goes cold. Clearly, I shall have to instruct you to. I shall have to instruct you in the proper way to take tea. Well, there's no rings, but yeah, I think I might have missed that earlier, but I thought there was something here, but oh well. This one, I already checked it, so let's show. Yeah, let's check that thing. Books here. Okay, let's try pressing, because I can't seem to get it.
Hold it!
Were you and your neighbor good friends then? No! We weren't friends, not at all, not at all. Never, ever. I simply know would have suspicion. Then, why did you decide to pay a visit? Mr. Shamsiu fancied himself as having a great literature knowledge. As a fellow scholar of English literature, we find much to talk about together. Come now, no Nipponese could understand the finer point of English literature. And on the night in question, that was the topic of conversation as well, I presume. It was the day of my last trial when I was acquainted. I just arrived back to my lodgings when I ran into Mr. Shamsir outside the stairs. That was around 6 o'clock. We exchanged one or two pleasantries, but it soon turned into a heated discussion. He was on his way out at the time though, so I promised to visit his room that evening at night to continue our debate. But did I have ill intentions? No, not one, not two, not any, not at all. Never, ever. As if I know we have justified, Anyway, tell the court what did happen when you visited your victim's room. We had a heated little debate in a nice wood tree.
Hold it!
A little debate about Shakespeare's work. I think you said that.
Shakespeare? A very worthy topic of conversation, I must say.
Oh yes, my lord. Romeo and Juliet. Who was the stronger? It was profoundly pleasantry parley.
Romeo and Juliet?
Who was the stronger? Oh, shoot. I know I'm going to regret about asking this, but how did the debate go? And, well, we both agreed that we would reach a conclusion more clearly with an enactment. So we backed it out, in a Greco-Roman style naturally. What? Mr. Shamsir has all sorts of costumes in his room for just such a contest. So when you say reenactment, you mean you were actually in costume? Don't tell me you're Juliet, please. He is an Wait, I was kidding! He as Romeo and I as Juliet after a vigorous wild tussle. Okay, I was kidding. I thought it was the other way around, but no, I forget it. I as Juliet came up on top, a victory I cherish forever.
I dare say, I dare not imagine the terrible scene of carnage.
The fact remains that it was you who prepared the tea and took it to the victim, correct? I boiled the water in my room and made the pot to take with me. I heard that he was supposed to have tea himself, you see. It's true, there was no sign of any tea leaves in the man's room. I wanted to do something nice, to be friendly. So why is everyone looking at me with such suspicions? My tea was harmless, of course it was.
And do you have any basis for that statement with this?
You couldn't have locked the door.
Hold
I
it!
wouldn't regret pressing this, but... Yes, there was not a drop of tea left in the victim's room anywhere, was there?
That's correct. Anyone would think the fellow had never poured tea before. You must have licked it dry. I'm sorry. Which is a pity because one drop is all we would need to analyze the poison.
And you said that you returned home into your room at 11 o'clock, Mr. Natsume? Yes, definitely. By heaven and earth, I swear.
The landlord was able to verify it that it happened. He confirmed it that and they went back to this room at 11 that night. And how is the landlord able to attest to this? He said there was the lamps, I believe. The lamps, Inspector?
When the tenants returned to their rooms and stopped using gas, the lamps in other parts of the house flickered. Yes, Mr. Garrett seemed to pay a lot of attention to the coming and going of his tenants. There's only one key to Mr. Shamsir's room. I know that for certain. So he must have locked the door himself from inside his room.
The victim has confirmed that to be the case, yes.
So I'm right, my tea was harmless, completely harmless. If you take poison, you die. Everyone knows that.
It's not that simple, I'm afraid.
What do you mean? Striker 9, take the book.
Hold it!
How long does it take for the symptoms to appear then?
According to the coroner, I was speaking to the yard about 30 minutes after the poison's consumed. Then the victim suffered violent convulsions, cramping, and stiffness, and eventually dies from asphyxiations.
So there's a 30-minute interval between when the poison is ingested and the onset of symptoms. There seems to be a lot of different types of poison in the world, that's for sure. Oh dear, death by poisoning again. It was so awful.
30 minutes is a long time. Certainly long enough for the victim to have locked the door behind the accused after he left.
You can't deny that. And in further degraded Toseki's son's alibi, that's least.
I have the medical report for the doctor who examined the victim here, my lord. It spells out the accused is the only person who could have done it. Very well, the court will add this report to the court records as evidence.
Okay, medical report. I think I need to check this first before I do anything. Oh yes, I see it here. Delay onset of symptoms. Great. This is going to be terrible, isn't it?
Hold it!
This might be another time of I can't find shit. Okay, it says here, a report here, women chance because of coma, injection of small quantity of strychnine. Toxin effects present 30 minutes after ingestion. High likelihood of the substance would have been mixed with the tea the victim was drinking, but no sample had to be obtained for testing. Investigation concludes the poison incident occurred around 1:30 AM on 21st February. Assessed from the victim's pocket watch that appears to have broken when the man collapsed up. After the delayed onset of symptoms, no container for the poison was found at the scene. Okay. The argument still stands, you say?
This is what Mr. Natsume to say, isn't it? The pair of them drank tea together that night, so if that's what poison in it, no victim would have been able to lock the door after the accused left the door.
Exactly. Me and my tea are innocent. Sweet and innocent, I tell you.
I'm afraid so, that doesn't follow. You say strychnine is a slow-acting poison. In other words, it takes time for symptoms to appear. So you could have left the room up 30 to 30 minutes after the victim drank the tea. And as long as you did that, Mr. Shamsu could have locked the door after you go.
But no, he drank tea straight away. The battle was over whether Romeo or Juliet was stronger. It came after the tea.
Do you have any evidence to support that statement?
In my great homeland, the Empire of Japan, we have a saying, drink tea while it's hot. Sure, a pro that will satisfy the prosecution. I'm totally fucked, am I?
I'm afraid there's no conclusive proof to support the defense assertion. I'm sorry. On the contrary, there are sufficient grounds to hear his guilt in this matter.
No. Wait, that is the extent of their testimony, isn't it? If I could voice a personal opinion, of course, go ahead. Mr. Natsume is arguing for his innocence so unmannerly and so persistently that Inspector Gracie just brushed Sumat aside. It's really quite infuriating. I agree, so we need to find an inconsistency of what the inspector is saying, I think. Okay, so as things stand, jurors are sure to find Mr. Natsume's guilt. As I see, what we need to focus is on the poison and the tea. Let's listen carefully to the testimony again. Oh, so that means we have to press evidence now. Yes. Okay, I thought it's more like let's press all statements and then we get the jurors to come and say, okay, let's do this again. Okay, hold on. Nice, hold on. We have a little debate, nice. Wait, it says 11. Could it be? Hold on. Before that, I need to save just in case. Could it be? Yeah, because it says it's 1. Yeah, they came back at 1, so say 1:30, but they say it came back at 11, so could it be this one?
Objection!
Okay, we got it. Mr. Natsume, you said it was 11 PM when you left led to to return your room, correct? Yes! And Inspector Grayson, can we rely on the information in the medical report unconditionally?
Of course we can. There's no problem with the report, Sunshine.
Actually, I think there's a very big problem. Because there's a chronicle inconsistency between it and the defendant's testimony.
Kokoro, what are you on about?
According to this report, the victim must have consumed the poison around 1:30 in the morning, and yet the defendant Natsume left the victim's room at 11. Yes, that's right. There's more than 2 hours of missing time there. In other words, if there was poison in the tea that Miss Natsume brought to the victim's room, how could the victim have fallen ill to it 2.5 full hours after the defendant left? Wow, you two are imitating each other.
The defense's argument is entirely reasonable. How do you respond, Lord Van Zieks?
Well, it's been a while since I have a cup of wine. Yes. It's a good. Pray forgive this discourtesy if my mind has wandered. I was considering what cuisine would be best to complement the contents of my hallowed chalice this luncheon.
Did you say luncheon?
Shut up! Juror 6, you're not supposed to talk about your luncheon.
But I'm hungry, come on!
How could that happen, you ask?
Oh, ow!
I do hate to shatter illusions, but my Nipponese friend appeared to be chasing a phantom idea. A phantom? Is it so hard to imagine the victim drank his tea after the accused had left? For example, at the time stated in the medical report, yes, around past.
Objection!
Mr. Natsume brought the tea with him to drink together with his neighbor. And in Japan, there is a well-known saying, drink tea while it's hot.
Objection!
And in my country, there is an even more apt saying, there is nothing more refreshing than cold tea. The point is, if there was such a long gap, there may be other ways to explain how the victim came to be poisoned. Other possibilities.
What sort of possibility, counsel?
Well, for example, the man could have another visitor. Another visitor? That's a very bold assertion, my learned friend, from someone who had nothing to sustain it. Yeah. Or the victim could have taken poison in his own violation.
You suggest that it may have been a suicide, counsel?
Objection!
Mr. Shamsia has categorized the night suicide. The idea can and must be discounted.
Objection!
What? Where's that? But he could be lying. What is the long pause?
Is something wrong, Lord Van Zieks?
I was listening to the sound of the carriage pulling up outside the courtroom. What? Pray forgive the disconsistency. Oh no, is he coming in? Carriage? What carriage? It would seems that the key player in this case has just arrived. Oh man, Shamsi is coming. Hold it! Oh great, he's definitely here. Out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow. A poor player that struns and frets his howl upon the stage, and then he is heard no more. Yeah. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, significantly nothing.
Who, sir, are you? What?
William Shakespeare, my lord. Alas, was I undone by these bitter events? I am the victim. Oh, what? What's he doing? Ow! prosecution seeks to call this gentleman to the stand. With his testimony, my learned friend's futile resistance will be utterly crushed. Oh jeez, you're calling him and as a witness.
Very well, counsel. I grant your request with the interest. I'm curious to discover what the court shall hear from the victim himself.
Oh yes. Happy I am, Shakespeare, to regale thee with my tale of woe, my lord. Wait, I still have my own tale to tell, my own tale of woes. I can regale the court with the tale of my perfect innocence in perfect English.
That will do, Mr. Natsume. Let the court now hear from the victim.
Wait, what's he do? Who's this guy? Alright, so that's Mr. Shams here. Who's the other man beside him? Yeah. Yes, I'm pretty sure that we caught a glimpse of that man before. Wait, didn't we call? Wait, was there another witness that this guy said? State your name and occupation for the court, please, witnesses. Alright, a word so sweet, babe. To see the breeze, the wind and event of ideas so profound they compose the earth. The unrivaled poet, the unmatched scribe, William Shakespeare. Wait, did he say William Shakespeare or... Sorry. Wait, did he say William Shakespeare or... William Shakespeare? Okay. What a great part to be recalled into the life anew. Lo, what a magnificent man. Good fellows, I am he who pondered such a miracle, William Shakespeare. Oh, the name's Meterman. A drone B Meterman. A drone. A drone B meter B. I can know this Meterman. A drone B Meterman. Yeah, I want him. By the Ultimum Gas Company, East End Branch Campus. Ah, I remember now. It was yesterday on Bry Road. Oh yes, she's right, it's him. Oh, what's this? What's inside here? Yes. What the man doing there? He looks like he's trying to see Suzuki's latte. Something wrong, Mr. Naruto. Excuse me, could we have a word? Ah! This is it. Bye bye. Yes, we spotted him outside Mr. Garda's house that morning. Hey, is a gas employee? What does he have to do with this case?
So, Mr. William Shakespeare, you are the victim of this miserable affair, correct? I got one question. Do we actually call this guy beside you? I don't remember him and...
Oh heaven, oh hell. Do you commend, do we make me to remember that sweet poison that caused me and caused my impudent lips? I subpoena him for trial with this doctor's permission, naturally. Hearing the testimony of the aggrieved will remove any room for doubt for the jury's mind, I think. Sure. Behold, you have only to arrange the letters of my name to see the measure an angel indeed. Thus be I noble of mind, sweet and nature and verily honest of heart, as all heavenly angels be. Because there isn't a less contrived mean in your name. No, not at all. I mean, there's a word sham, right? Not shame, but sham. Come on, guys. The jurors seem to be moved by this man, I'm afraid. Oh, fuck. They are actually taking the syrup and idea seriously.
Sorry, could you repeat that again? I didn't hear what you guys said. You say, what? Marav? Malip? Can you repeat that again? Guys? Hello? Wait. Thank you, witnesses, for your illuminating interjection. What? Really? Wait, come on, I'm innocent.
Oh my god, what's the What is the man next to Mr. Shamsi doing here? The gas man, I mean? Yeah, no, we're going to the back. Oh, what me? Wait, now. Allow me to intellect my learned friend. You recall, presume your early impertinence when you suggest that the victim had another visitor to his room on the night in question, and moreover, that the victim is a compulsive liar. What? No, I didn't quite say that. I just only assume, but this young chin stroker here is the controvert your wild claim conclusively. Is that not so, Mr. Middleman? Hang on, no, I just here.
I hereby call your former testimonies. You will tell the court as lucidly as possible what happened on the night in question.
Oh, me smile and be the villain. Yeah. Yes, they don't paint me, but let the truth be spoken. The truth of the wintry night of my discontent. I thought I was getting a free meal, but I guess this is a subpoena, not supper. Oh, well. The wintry night of my discontent. The snow lay about. My neighbor did comment in the evening, bearing a gift of tea. But merely Victor was sizzling, and when he left, I did fall prostrate on my table. Towards the tea alone, we passed my lips this lately hour, nothing else. I was outside the bloke's window in the freezing cold all night, keeping an eye on his room. No one else visited his room but that short little round black Eastern fella. Oh, okay. Deciding to do another pressing of the thing. Wait, what did you say? You were keeping an eye on Mr. Shamsu all night? That's right. Cause the blood's room is all but blocked up, isn't it? But there's a little gap in the bricks where you can see into the room. So I spent the night trying to keep my teeth from chattering as I peered in through that.
The question is, why?
Well, now, that's because he's on my list. What a piece of work is a man! Wherefore wouldst thou not stare in the wonderment? What are you talking about? This buzzing busybody had not part in this play. I pray thee, pray him, though he make no more ado about his tedious words. What do you say, mommy, you piece of shit? Calm yourself. This court is concerned with what happened on the night in question. You can take the fight later on, so nothing more.
Indeed, that is so.
And, as the testimony we had just heard clearly reveals, there was no one other than the accused present at the time who could have carried out this crime. Oh shit. Well,
I believe there may be a final testimony of the trial.
What?
Now, counsel, the defense may proceed with the cross-examination.
Already the final? Miss my lord. Okay, judging from what I'm going to assume, this is going to be the time where we're going to say, okay, this is the time we're going to say, okay, we're going to have press the witnesses until we get the jury to say, so F you, we can't do anything. Oh god.
Hold it!
So, let's try this. To be clear, my neighbor, you are free to defend Mr. Natsume. Oh, indeed, sire. Perchance, though, was that I call him the man from upstairs. And at what time did the mustachian Nipponese visit you in your room? Our meeting was promised for the hour of 9, and nor did he come to tender a gift of pregnant tea.
Details which are in accordance with the defense on testimony yet.
And we were brought in such a little debate as history had not seen before. By which I presume he means the discussion about who was the stronger, Romeo and Juliet. second. Yeah, sorry about it. That was a message call service. Anyways, sorry about it. I, Shakespeare, did play the part of the young Romeo, whilst my neighbor played the fair Juliet. Each of us did as it would our character be to bring weight upon our merry experiment.
I dare not imagine the scene. You're gonna give me nightmares for the rest of my whole life, come on.
Truly, thy name is woman. Can't thou imagine how dismayed I was? Yes, I had heard of the Eastern art of Jiu-Jitsu, but never did I dream it was to be a skill practiced by the commonly maiden. Juliet beat Romeo up. This is not helping our case, fuck. Despite their reenactment of their old Romeo and Juliet, which they tried to fucking butcher it, I believe the court has heard enough of your earth-shattering learned debate. Perhaps you could reiterate your statement about the tea that the kids brought into your room. My liege, I am the servant. Clearly, I will be the bidding.
Hold it!
Let me stop you there. Mr. Natsume left your room at 11 o'clock, but it wasn't until after 2 that the poison made you collapse. That amount to more than 3 hours of missing time. Look, I'm doing like a siege. What the fuck is he doing? If the defendant had really put the poison in your tea, that 3-hour window of time is something you're going to have to explain. Gladly, this is an easy task. Really? What? I did drink the tea, not while my guest did this way, but after he took leave of me. Wait, it was stone cold, but that 1 hour past midnight barely were my least part.
Objection!
That doesn't sound normal. Nay, this was quite ordinary, sire. All, though wouldn't recall our fierce debate or miss such argument, there would be no time for filly tea. Romeo and Juliet again, and who was the stronger? Mr. Shamshu, in summary, allow me to confirm. Did you not come here with the intention of naming your attacker? Well, of course, my liege. There was the stupid lover of words did attempt to shuffle me of this mortal coil. We all know that what that means.
Hold it!
So, you didn't have any kind of evening meal, dinner, supper? Huh? Fear of luxury? Fear of gluttony? To eat thrice daily is but what a waste of time. Sorry? I would then my belly will full. No more of that sun fertilizer. Wee, look, I'm ready to do it.
Well, most heroic thing I've ever said. What the hell are you doing? Stop doing that.
Don't worry, this is me, the overjoyed, ready like a horse. Night and day, I fill my hours with learned study of blade bot and play light. Hence, it is that the dawn not in my chamber be the costume of my art. That would appear to be the case, as even a roller was found starved to death in your room. Now I think of It's not just food that was conspicuously missing from my room, is it? I don't recall seeing a single plate or scoop anywhere. For I have devoured them all. You've eaten them? Every word would be my skull. Didn't though imagine otherwise. Right, that wasn't misleading at all. Now, could you turn around, do you think? Would bring us to the conclusion that the only way that the poison could have passed the victim's is in the tea. Was also the books.
Hold it!
But the windows of the house has all been filled in. A historical artifact of the now defunct window tax.
Yeah, you like that. Oh, a picked up popularity. But that's what happened. That's a little part of brick at the bottom of the corner that's been opened up. I was looking into the gap.
Yes, there were a few bricks loose going there. And for some strange reason, a couple bars of soap lined up on the ledge outside as well.
I don't like going around poking my chin out in other people's businesses, especially on the freezing cold night. But then, them my orders. So that's what I'm doing, as long as I'm breathing my body.
What's with all the terracotta today? Seriously, can we at least get some normal witnesses for once? Out of interest, Mr. Middleman, after the accused had left and returned to his lodgings, did you see any victim leave the room at all?
No, he never left. He was in the room the whole time as far as I'm concerned.
And when we can discount the possibility of suicide. How can we show for that? The police carried out a thorough investigation of the scene and found no receptacle for the poison. And since we know the victim didn't leave his room and hence didn't dispose of the poison's container himself, it's clear that there was no attempt of suicide. Only the culprit could have removed the receptacle.
Ah, yes. That's easily explained, Counsel. Thank you.
It really was. You can't argue with their logic. Well, there goes that thing.
Hold it!
You say a short little round black is the fellow, so you can't be sure it was the defendant?
Objection!
How many other short little round black nipponists with a mustache do you think there are in London? Don't tell me you're going to say that you wear a fake mustache around your face.
Well, of course, it was only now and it was quite dark, so I didn't notice the mustache. But he showed up around night, so I'm pretty sure of myself.
And when the person you saw, right, did he and Mr. Shamshir drink together?
Nah, sorry, I couldn't say.
Why not?
Because I couldn't see into the room all that well, but what I did see was the silhouette of that little brown black fellow wearing a pretty dress. Ugh, it was so disturbing. Then the pair of them started some kind of rustling match. I tell you, I didn't know what to make of it. And thanks for reminding me that, cause I need to burn out that on my image again. This is too disturbing.
I suppose that was a Romeo and Juliet championship battle. The other way. Yeah. Mr. Middleman, allow me to confirm one more time. Final time. Apart from the accused, can you state with certainty that no one else visited the victim on the night in question?
No question. Just Mentana.
Hold it. Okay, who said it this time?
Hold it.
Oh no. Yep, here we go again. We're going to get the guilty verdict and the summation exam.
My lad.
My lord. Good. Yes, Mr. Forward.
I've been getting my shot at listen up to now, but this has gone long enough. Are you all with me?
Yes. What? What again? We understand that you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, are in agreement with one another. That you reach an unanimous decision.
Do right, we have. Are you all with me?
Yes. Wait, no. The defense is in the middle of cross-examination.
To be honest, I was holding out a bit for you, young man. Especially after you identified those few hours that followed the accused leaving the victim's room.
Yes, that's 3 missing hours as you put it.
But in the end, what difference do they make? None as far as I can see.
And since this is now impermanent, there's really no reason to delay our decision any longer.
Like I was saying before, I don't think 5 bombs hour with me tonight, the missiles will blow her apart.
Rather, Barry, I really got that one you say. Who's going to pop again?
Well, let the court make a better decision.
Okay. I say we just going to vote. I was going to say we just vote guilty, okay?
What? Not guilty? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will state your names of the other to the defendant's culpability.
Guilty!
Guilty. Guilty. Guilty.
Guilty. Guilty.
All of you?
Well, it will appear that the jury is indeed unanimous.
Time for a drink again. Yes. So, this time at least, it seems just to be done. All's well and as they say. This calls for a toast, I feel, to the guilty being punished. What? Too bad you can't have a drink for this.
Get up, Mr. Under, please. This trial isn't over yet. But what do you mean? Sorry. What about the information that I found in this encyclopedia of the British I have? Are you still forgotten about the summation exam? That obscure right that belongs to the defense police service station, remember? Alright. Yeah, the summation exam. A summation exam. Yes, that's right. We don't have a jury in the Japanese court, of course, but here in the British court of law, if we can reverse the decision of the majority of jurors, we can force the trial to continue. This trial can't end now. Whatever it takes, I just can't let that happen. The defense moves to invoke its right to a summation examination, my lord. Why I'm not surprised at my learned Nipponese friend's inability to admit defeat. You choose to clinch desperately to some archaic rule you barely comprehend instead of accepting the truth.
Certainly no other defense counsel in recent time has exercised the right to summation exam.
Because they all know that once the jury's mind is set, it cannot be altered.
Nevertheless, the right remains and must be upheld. The defense counsel request is granted. This court will proceed with a summation examination as outlined in the Incredibility of the British law.
Thank you, my lord.
Are you and your fellows prepared, Mr. Foreman?
Believe me, my lad, we all know about this young man's tendencies. 5 of us actually, and we're all ready for it.
Very well. In that case, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I hereby call upon each of you to state the grounds upon which you find the defendant guilty of the crime over which he stands accused.
The jurors
The victim may not be as well off, but he's a nobleman and straight up. There's no reason to doubt the myth.
Well, I do declare the good gentleman has no reason to lie. In fact, I think he's really splendid.
Just look at the accused by comparison. He's Japanese, stood all wild, and his mustache very fishy. Come on, could you not be racist in it?
There's no evidence that suggests that genuine actor is a fraudsman, for now at least.
What? Fraudsman? Okay, I'll have to question her later.
Oh, I don't really care.
I just need this right there. Oh, come on.
I was a missing times, nothing. You miss my age, you know, nothing at all.
I knew it. Every single one of them seems completely convinced. It would seem that all the jurors had come to the conclusion that Mr. Shamsu is a fine, upstanding, and honest citizen. If you ask me, they'd be all bewitched by his strange theoretical movement. Exactly nothing Mr. Natsume had appeared to have registered at all. Well, here goes. Let's not forget. I have pleaded with this jury on Soseki-san's behalf before any work, so you never know. Before we begin, it might be an idea to me to remind you exactly how a summation exam works, Mr. Nahodo. Oh, well, if you're still very new to the bridge law, after all. That's true, I suppose, and Soseki-san's fate is entirely in my hands now. There's always a catch. I might have forgotten some crucial details. Perhaps I should hear Sister Sir out. I wonder, should I let her talk me through again or not, Lord? No, I think I already know about this thing, so moving on. No need. Thank you for the kind offer, Mr. I have been through plenty of these examinations already now. I think it's important that we don't delay the start any longer than need. Of course, I understand, and I'm sure you're right. If you're confused by anything at any point, you can turn to me for advice whenever you like. I'll be here for you. The key to this is really listening carefully to each juror's statements. Finding two that are contrary and pitting them corresponding jurors against each other.
Without further ado, please consult. Proceed with the summation examination.
Yes, my lord. Defense rebuttal. Okay, let's start with the... Do you still having a great grudge against Mr. Fairplay? Well, there are plenty of people in London who seems noble above. Could some of them be utterly liars? I no doubt about it. Like that shady client of yours, example? Absolutely not. It's nothing no lie. Look, the point is, the only thing that passed through the victim's lips at night was the Japanese man's teeth. When you take the gas and such into account as well, the truth could be made clear. Well, that's alarming logical. But let me be frank here. I'm a gentleman with the gentleman's promise. If it turns out that the old Shakespearean chum is a rotten liar at all, I'll gladly change my decision about the defendant. And I'm sure my fellow gentlemen of the jury would do the same, isn't that right? Well, yes, perhaps. Though I don't see it happening.
But then, a little Jen on the end here, you know, you have to speak up. Did you say you want to change my vote? I thought you bribed me to say put guilty and shut up, old man. What? Shut up.
Anyways,
look, I really don't care about this nonsense. I just need to be tried to be over. That's it.
how many gentlemen do we actually have on the jury then? Alright, sir. I may hold you to that. Don't forget what you said. Okay. Can we change the other guy? I mean, if I'm missing out to pick two of them, so I just want to come back later. I want to try this guy. This guy. You keep talking about the need to take home some money. What's that all about?
Foreign finishes, lad. That was all about.
What's that?
I'm talking about the derby at the High Club, aren't I? It was the Queen's Cup last week, wasn't it?
Derby?
It was the dead set. That's the thing. I couldn't lose, so I took my wife's secret saving line. But then the hopeless old man went and did the unthinkable. Oh, that's the way to finish last. Ouch.
You go horse gambling, don't you? Oh dear, I think it's clear what happened, isn't it? You lost on the horse gambling, huh?
This is the day that Mrs. used up her saving for a trip down the... So come on, let this business slide now. Just give it up. Make us give a guilty verdict and call it a day, okay?
No! That's not gonna happen. bribery and perjury are not a serious crime.
Hold it!
Well, fair enough. Can you speak up again?
What do you mean by that, sir?
Well, I'm not one to boast, but I get up every 5 every morning, I do.
A 5? You're a really early riser, aren't you? You're a really early riser, aren't you?
Oh, I don't know. Marry me also, no thanks. I'm already married, thank you very much, but no thanks.
No, we're not saying that. I said you are not a riser.
Oh, well, I wouldn't say that. I mean, I like to while away per hours of eating birds as well. But by about 2 in the morning, I'm usually too tired to go on.
He sleeps at 2 in the morning. And gets up at 5. Oh my, that's 3 hours of sleep each night.
Oh, my son, dear. I take pills? No. Those sleeping pills is not gonna work anymore. It's just...
Only 20 hours of sleep each night.
That's right, you see, 3 hours of missing time, like I said, is not much, is it? Just like how many bites of eating a steak or bread. You don't even count that thing.
This isn't even happening.
I'm thinking about to have for lunch now. I have lots of chicken now, what kind of thing?
The key examination is identifying a contradiction between jurors' statements. Right, and once I found the 2 jurors whose statement can't coexist, I need to pit those jurors against each other. And hopefully, when they see that their say doesn't make sense, they change their leaning. Yes, you'll be able to change the minds of the majority of the jurors, the trial will continue. But obviously, if you're unable to do that, the judge will declare the trial over and move adjudication, and I can't let them happen. Somehow or another, I have to turn this trial around. Okay. Well, I do have to... Yeah, if talking to her would not change it. This guy is racist. I don't think I can change this guy.
Hold it!
What the hell are you even all about? No, not one of these things is reason to find a man's guilty. But he's fishy, and there's no point in dancing around the fact he's Japanese and his mustache is good. Brace as much as that. You see, you arrive at the conclusion in just 3 steps, just like what, in fact. You know, the more I think about it, the more this trial seems like a dance. Tango time! Yeah. You seem to be several steps ahead of yourself though, and you're on the wrong foot. No, there's nothing but circumstantial evidence here. There's no actual proof of the defendant's guilt. But the victim's version of the events is backed up by what the big chin man next to me say, isn't it? 1. He saw the Japanese man there. 2. He saw no one else. And 3. He saw the Japanese man there. Oh, there's another 3-step call. This really does seem more like a ball, doesn't it? Right! The prosecution will waltz his way to dictate if you let you speak much more. Okay, before I go to 4, I need to talk to her about this thing. Are you saying you believe the man to be trustworthy because he's rather splendid? No, that's not what I said. The point is the man is the victim here. That means he will have to lie. And yes, he's very splendid and handsome. So you say yet again. Meanwhile, the man who stands accused behaves so suspiciously it's yourself to look at him. I'm afraid he's not splendid after all. Splendid logic there, madam. Thank you so much. Wait, that's it? Okay, so then it's left is this one. What's a fraudsman, so? A fraudsman? What do you mean by that, madam? It really is a most tiresome problem for the company, most irritating. We can be absolutely certain that the customer is stealing from us while we were hot at it. Wait, are you two real? Are you middleman related? So we can't even threaten to take action for fear of being sued. I'm sorry, you lost me a little there. Who are you?
I'm the wife of Augustus Altamont, owner of the Altamont Gas Company. Oh yeah, so Mitterman is working with you.
Good gracious, ultimate gas, you say?
Gas is the future of energy. In this country and around the globe, a proper handling is essential. As I'm sure our employee from the East End branch office would be the first to agree.
Absolutely, Lady Quimby. Can use it properly. I guess it's best in the world, of course.
I think we may have solved the mystery of the bow from earlier, Mr. Naoto. Right, he bowed in the difference to his employer's wife, did he? So, would I be right to assuming that the reason Mr. Mitterman was watching what Mr. Shamsir was up in his room? I'm afraid there is no end to the length the population of this end will go in order to steal our gas, so we have no choice. So when the company identifies somebody as a possible fraudster, we dispatch a worker to watch the suspect day and night. We're very thorough in our investigations. So you mean Mr. Shansby is... I wouldn't come out and say it in public, but you can finish the sentence with a grubby little gas thief. You have noticed the public gallery is here, haven't you? The eye of a man had not heard. The ear of a man had not seen. Fate wouldn't know wrong. Once with the words, will I tootlate the better take the skin. But seraph here not insult or choir of angels and song. We may not have evidence yet, but my workers won't stop buzzing around until they find it. And when they do, you find yourself blasted back to your angelic heights of an ultimate gas explosion. So Mr. Champion has been stealing gas. I wonder, you're number 4, if you wouldn't mind adding that information to your statement. My pleasure. Was it the bit about ripping that thieves apart you enjoyed? A little before that part about abject violence is not too much? Yes, of course. This could be it. This could shift the balance. Yeah, I only get one, but I'm not sure if I can get the other one, so... I think we can pit with somebody. This dude. There we go.
Objection!
There we go. 1 and 4. These two statements clearly contradict each other.
Good gracious, to those, Saber, do you refer counsel?
You're number 1.
What are you yelling about that?
I presume that you heard your number 4 statement made by the wife of the owner of the Altamont Gas.
Well, yes.
The victim, who you claim to be a noble straight-up man, in fact turned out to be a common thief.
So the good lady says, but there's no evidence, is there? You and I both heard that same image.
It's true, we don't have evidence as such just yet. But the claims are baseless, you know.
What?
You heard me. Seeing as his operation had already been compromised, I would suggest that the caller hear his testimony from our East End branch office employee over there.
Yeah, I would have it the same, my lady. Yes, Miss Honor. Yeah.
You're number 1. You say you're a man of words. If I could show that Mr. Shamsir was a liar, you'd assume. Then you will reconsider your decision about the defendant's guilt.
Yes, I did say that. As a man of honor, I'll hold it to it. And I'm sure the other gentlemen of the jury will.
Me? Oh well, yes. Fine. Now we have found out the man's a liar, perhaps we ought to consider the third.
Well, if I'm perfectly honest, I haven't heard half of what you've been all saying. I mean, you asked me, said you treat me for a nice, but well, you actually asked me to treat me a really huge dinner later on.
Just vote not guilty, okay?
No, oh well. So this means you grab a few points that would suit me down the ground, okay? Oh no, I'm not having a part of it. I want this trial over and done now.
In that case, I shall change my leaning.
What? Hey, no!
So, Mr. Van Zieks, if that's your real name, we of the jury demands to know exactly what kind of a man you really are.
Wait, 4 in 1 go. Well, that was easy. Okay. That's 4 jurors. 4 for not guilty. Yes, Miss Nano. Victory! That was easy.
Order! Well, this is quite actually, I'd say. As a result of this summation examination, the jury leaning has changed. Now only 2 jurors say no guilty while 4 say not guilty. I therefore grant this court to be in the state of discord and order the trial to continue.
You have spawned a bouquet, Mr. Shamsville, you prick.
I didn't hear anything.
The ladies and gentlemen of the jury now find they are unable to trust you, the victim.
I didn't see anything.
And stop with your act.
But you gods will give us some force to make us men. So God mend me. I do swear. This jasmine speak that which concern him most, not but gas, not but in air. Aye, but we burn bright a while, but we had no substance, and thus we foul.
Oi, what do you say?
Do I take it, Mr. Shamsen, that you deny the allegation of gas stealing?
Most heartily, my lord, hast thou forgot? I am a seraph and angel. Noble of mind, sweet of nature, and verily, honest of heart.
Ah, fuck you, you flawly mounted pompous beanpole. Just cause I haven't got any evidence yet.
Mr. Shamspeare, if in fact you are not noble of mind, sweet of nature, or honest of heart, or whatever, if you are a liar, then your testimony should have no sway in this court. Whatever.
It is my considered opinion that at the present time no other possible culprit of this crime have been identified. All testimony heard by this court of as far heavily implicates the defendant. In short, it would not be unreasonable at this stage for me to rule on the case.
Oh no.
However, in the light of the fact that the jury has expressed concern of the fidelity of this witness, I believe it will be unappropriate for this court not to pursue the point further.
Objection!
I assure you, my lord, that would be a waste of time. Of the court's time. The gas in this case are related. They are not for. Yes. Didn't you say before that although you have no hard evidence to prove this man said this thing gas, you have strong grounds for suspecting him? That's right, we do. Don't we, Wooker?
Absolutely, Wendy, Jasmine's on it.
Very well then, we have to hear your testimony now. You have to tell the court precisely why you believe the victim, Mrs. Williams Chancellor, had been stealing gas.
Yes, my lord, it will be my pleasure. On the ultimate gas headline.
What?
On the ultimate gas high name, that's
Hear from me, my lord. Go ahead, madam.
Go ahead, madam.
This workout testimony may have a significant bearing on the good name of my husband's company. Therefore, I shall like to take the stand alongside him in the supervisory role, if you wouldn't mind.
Oh yes,
Yeah! Very well, at this assumption, I shall order your request.
Thank you, my lord.
Yo, wait, did the boss give you an earful? Oh, it is gonna stay in your micro words.
Anyways, so you will testify before the court on the subject of illegal consumption of the ultimate gas company's fuel.
Yes. Is it clear, my good man?
Clear as ultimate gas, my lady. Yeah, which is the clearest in the world. Do you think the gas has gone to his head, Mr. Soto? I mean, I'm hearing Popeye the Sailor Man song right now. I think the man is just very dedicated employee, Mr. Naruto. Too dedicated. Too dedicated. Too dedicated. The Ultimate Gas Company's investigation. I'm proud to be the company's East End branch, the investigator and meter money collection agent. Ultimate Gas accepts 2 penny bits each coin, giving customers about 2 hours of gorgeous gas. And yet, the meter in Mr. Shams's room didn't have a single coin in it. The meter doesn't appear to have a tamper with, though, and the collection agent has only one key. Somehow he's using all the flaming gas he wants without paying a penny. If that's not giving, what is? Yeah, there must be some. Pray forgive the discourtesy. The irrelevance of this customer caused me to turn my hello chalice.
What do you mean by that, my Lord Van Zieks?
Did the mustaches Nipponese poison the gangly excuse for an actor, or didn't he? That is all that should concern this court, and yet now we must listen to this abhorrence. Clearly what separates the vast British Empire and your Eastern Islands nation is more than a geographical distance. But if this could turn out to be a crucial testimony, the cross-examination must go ahead. Fuck the life. Ooh! Ow! Do what you will. Like me throwing the bottle of wine. Ow. Lord Van Zieks appears to be a violent mood. Yeah, no shit. I think, yes he does. I think he just hurt someone behind. Another poisoning and an incident of gas thief with no supporting evidence. It's true that they would appear completely irrelevant at first glance, but I wonder, the truth of that tends to be buried in the most unusual places, and the first step in uncovering it will be to establish just who and what this man really is. Okay. Okay, let's see. I'm proud to be the company's... Yeah, this might not... Let's try pressing the tree and see how it goes. So you could get some evidence, but I can't get it. So does it mean you enter people's house in order to empty their gas meters? That I do. Have to try to catch people when they're trying it. Then I ask permission to come inside and do my business. Does that mean you've been into Mr. Natsume's room before, as well as that of Mr. Shamspeare? Well now, interesting you should bring up that, because I couldn't believe how little money was in his meter. I mean, how the pair of them survive in the winter is beyond me. It is. Knowing Mr. Natsume, he probably spent all his gas money on books. And then when he's finished reading them, he probably burned them for reward. Excuse me, I heard that! I don't burn them!
You will kindly read your statement about the gas, Mr. Milliman.
No matter, really, but as you wish. Ultimate gas exception page. Okay, what this thing does. So all London houses have all the gas supplies are fitted with the gas meter, are they? They're the latest model. They're high-end technology developed by our company, Ultimate Gas. And anyone who uses our gas will have one of these meters in these properties, yes. So if a 3 pence coin gives 2 hours of gas, most people would use about 3 coins a night. A bit more in that, usually if they have both gas lights and a gas stove, that is. Thinking about it, Sosuke-san does have a fireplace in that room. Please, does he? Some people still choose to use candles, of course, and only have a gas for heating. Ah yes, I do remember seeing candles in Mr. Namazume's room, actually. And how does the money in the meter get to you at the gas company? Every 3 days, gas men like me visit properties on the gas supply and empty the meters of coin.
I must say, the design and manufacture of the new meter cost the companies an awful lot of money. But happily it did could stop the people from not paying their dues for most part. Ah, because they have to pay in advance, you mean? Yes, exactly right. Okay, that's the... Yeah, I wonder why this guy doesn't have a single coin. Out of interest, how long this has been going?
Weeks and weeks! He's been bitching off gas off for ages.
Have you examined the meter in Mr. Shams's room, I take it?
Naturally, we took it off the wall and went over it with a fine-tooth comb.
And found nothing suspicious at all, I presume.
No, I'm afraid we didn't. Which is exactly why I demand a new type of meter to be produced. One with an indestructible lock, the Shamsphere Special.
That sounds like it would have caused an awful lot of T-penny pieces. I'm sure the Garda will be very pissed off on that. I heard that.
When I found that, the rescue meter was still empty.
I never forget that humiliation. When I opened the money box and found it back, you what? I said, you what? And look on his face, the smallest way. I pulled the meter straight off the wall and took it back to the office. But you know what? Nothing. Yeah, not a chance of being timid everywhere. That is suicide. And that's what happened to my Sally as a result. Drowned by 2 ceilings a day, that's what. A life-threatening situation in a number of ways. And please stop killing yourself, okay?
Anyways, incidentally, what became of that meter?
Nothing become of it. I still got it.
Oh?
Right here.
No wonder they call you the meter man.
I think this will be prudent for the guard to seek the item while the trial is ongoing.
Okay. Definitely. Okay, I think I can well, now I can check the gas meter. Meter here. So this must be the lock here. That's a very sturdy looking pad, isn't it? And the money box is sealed with beeswax too. So if Mr. Jones were to get out, the any mistake should be found out immediately. Mr. Hollow, mischief of that kind is not the sort of thing that Mr. Jones would. You know you didn't finish that sentence, don't you? Well, anyways, it's understandable that the gas company would want to save up money that rightfully yes, but it does feel a little over the top perhaps, doesn't it? Hello? Oh, what's this? Have you spotted something, son? Just here. There's a little hole, don't you see? Goodness, you're right. I wouldn't have noticed. It's not a very neat hole, is it? Not professionally made, I say. So, you think it might have been opened up by Mr. Jamson? Possibly. It seems that people of Alton Gas must have missed it. Well, it certainly seems to go all the way through the inside. Yes, but there's no way a coin could fit through. That's true, but even so, it seems more than a little suspicious. Yeah, that thing... Well, anything else? Nope. Although at first glance, there doesn't seem to be anything unusual about it until now. Let's move this along, shall we? Continue with your testimony. Though I would say they has much value as a contest of the meter. The meter doesn't do this. Yeah. About that. Yeah. About that.
Objection!
There is some tampering, by the way. Lady, I'm afraid to say. This meter is clearly does show that having been tampered with. What?
Get away! I mean aware of that thing.
I think you mean no way, right?
I'm telling you, there's nothing wrong with it.
In that case, what do you have to say about the small hole that's been made at the base of the coin vault?
Oh, what?
You're right! You're quite right. There's a little hole in there. The meters aren't supposed to have that. None of it. Understood. In other words, we can assume that Mr. Shanks secretly opened up this hole himself. Yes, I wouldn't be all surprised, but why? Yeah, why? I mean, it's tiny. You couldn't have getting a funny through that. Lady Altamont, I wonder if you can give the court some more details about your meter design. What sort of details? Well, what if I specifically like to know is how to dismantle or how? No, if you dismantle, I think you can't do. Maybe how do you differentiate coins? How does the meter tell the difference between the different coins? What do you mean? Well, for example, if someone were to put in a coin, that wouldn't work presumably, wouldn't it? No, of course not. So, well, how does the meter know that the coin has been fed is a trumppenny bit? Ah, I see what you're getting at now. The meter tells coins apart by the same size, which includes their thickness. A trumppenny is a bit about 3/4 of an inch, and diamond, you see, other coins just won't fit. Ah, I see. It's clearly been brought through and out.
Maybe this will amend her forward testimony with the information in case it's pertinent.
As you wish, my lord. Oh, we're continuing again? Okay. Wait, don't tell me. This one? Wait, I didn't see. Wait, is there a line here just now? Oh, look at the bar of soap. There's a circular section on the side, about 2 cm across, or 3/4 of an inch. Ah, do you think we did find the soap at the scene, didn't we? Yes, there were 2 bars on the little edge just outside the window, so we took this one. I'm sure that when we first found it, there was some sort of reddish medallion in the middle there. I remember clearly. Yes, but there's no sign of it now. Where could that have gone? Ah, so we can try to check. Okay, I think I get the gist of it, so... Sorry. Okay. Would it be this one?
Objection!
Okay, there we go. Yes. Yeah. Chancellor, did you use that to stealing? You use soap? Let me just confirm something here. If the diameter and thickness were to be correct, the meter will accept any object as it were a trumppenny bit. Is that correct? Yes, that's correct. Well, by something of a coincidence while we were investigating in Mr. James's room, we found a particular item that matches the dimension perfectly. Something's the same as the trumppenny bit. What was it? The item in question is this. What? Have you been here? Yes, that's a bar of soap. It certainly looks nothing like a trumppenny bit, I must say. Looks like I'm going to have to point them out exactly what I mean. What's so important the soap is the part here? What's so important the soap is right here?
Got it!
You have to turn around the soap to see what I mean. Ah, are you referring to the round depression in the middle of the soap there? That's right, a depression that's approximately 3/4 of an inch in diameter. Or in other words, almost exactly the same as the trumppenny bit. No way! You know what, I'm going to say no way rather than get away because this is not appropriate.
Does anyone here have been in possession of a trumppenny bit? Will you now hand over your coin, ladies and gentlemen?
It sounds rather like a highway or that's it.
Oh wait, I got mine. Sorry. Thank you, kind member of budgetary. I mean, I have here trumppenny bit. I'll get back the money later. Oh, to see if it. My word, it couldn't be more long.
Yes, as I suspected. This, without a doubt, is a vital clue to explain how the Altamont Gas Company is being defrauded. Wow, I don't believe it! Ah, fuck this. So you're such an amount of what? Is some inferior power soul has tendency connection to the tip of the gas? Yes. The creation of the soap was clearly made by the torpedo.
Almost Kokoro admits that the pushing of coin with some force into a poor quality of power soul such as this is remarkably way to replicate the coin of the shape.
And then you could use, well, some melted wax or something to pour into the mouth. You could make fake coins in no time. This brings all the pieces of the puzzle together. It's the method Mrs. Shamsi has been using to steal gas. That's the missing link. And now, if I follow the chain, so it's going to bring me to a new explanation of what happened that nobody considered yet. But this is all nonsense. If the man is being making the coins, my worker here would have found them where he emptied the meter.
Avoid you, Lady Altamont, in the absence of some black magic that could make them disappear.
I see. That's what we're dealing with, is it? There is one form of black magic that could cause the fake coins to disappear into thin air, yes? Exactly. And the meter here gives us away. What on earth? There are remnants of this magical method used visible on the gas meter taken from the victim's room.
Is that your assertion, Counsel? The defense will identify the remnants of the cotton ones. Where on the meter remnants the meter used to make fake coins disappear to be seen?
I say, the hole again.
Got it!
We found this bar of soap in the scene of crime just as outside the victim's window. Outside? Yes, outside where you yourself, Mr. Meterman, were loitering in the freezing winter air. That's where we found the soap. Ah, I get it. That's right. The answer, of course, is ice.
Did you say ice?
Mrs. Shamsia has been leaving soaps like this outside his window each evening filled with water. After a night outside in the bitter cold, the water is completely frozen solid the next morning. Then he takes his fake coins of ice and feeds them into the gas meter, giving him light and warmth in his veins. And his room becomes very comfortable warm with ice now inside the meter coin box melts, turning black back into water and draining harmlessly away through the small hole made into the underside of the meter. That is how, without leaving any evidence of his wrongdoing, this man has been stealing Altamont gas. Just like that, so simply, is he trying to make look us like idiots? He's been fooling us all with some power soap and some water? That's right, madam. I don't believe it. I can't be true. Do you have any idea how much money we spent to develop that new meter? And now you have the audacity to suggest that a bit of soap and some water can render it totally useless? I'm fairly sure I didn't design it. Evidence. Sorry, I want evidence. If you're going to stand there and tell me our meter is all rubbish, I want to see proof. Oh, I think I did see that pot of water earlier, so yes, I got evidence. She's very bad at not forcing accountability, isn't she? Very well, Lady Altamont. If you like evidence, I'll reveal it. What? It's Naoto. Are you saying you do have an evidence to support this theory? I didn't notice a trace of something that bothers me a little at a time. And I have a feeling that this theory will come up now if we explain. This piece of evidence that supports the theory about how Mr. Shamsi has been stealing is this one here.
Take that!
This is the photograph of the scene at the point where the victim was discovered taken by Inspector Grayson, and it clearly shows the remnants of the crime carried out by Mr. Shamsi. What remnants? Here you can see the gas meter on the wall in the Mr. Shamsi room. Now, look closely at the floorboard directly underneath the meter. What's that? Some kind of rubbery stain? Almost certainly it's a water stain resulting from the liquid that drains out out in the hole made in the meter. If one coin gives around 2 hours of gas usage and the occupant was heating his room in all his waking hours, you can imagine he would have used around 10 of his fake coins each day. The melting ice inside the meter coin box would have been dripping out almost constantly, leaving a stain on the floor. This is awful! And there's further evidence too. Mr. Shamsi is slumped over his table, apparently having consumed strychnine. And right there next to him is a bar of soap broken in half. You're right!
It would appear to me that, Counsel, that the man was eating the soap, was he?
Pardon me for disagreeing with your lordship, but certainly not. He didn't beat around the bush there, did he? My god, how stupid the lordship is.
I'm sorry, I thought he was eating some.
In truth, Mr. Shamsi was found with a fork in his hand.
A mirror soap is sounding pretty like Lord Van Zieks.
Do you mean to say he was using that fork to... Yes. To extract a frozen coin from the bar of soap. But the bar broke in half. So perhaps it didn't go very well.
Good gracious.
Screw the one. Oh, you hit me again! Oh, damn it! Lord Van Zieks! I was throwing my hands up in despair and happened to catch my hollow bottle on the way. Pray forgive my maladroit mistake. Oh, you hit me again.
What is the meaning of this, Counsel?
Allow me to pose my learned friends a question. When exactly do you expect with your most recent cross-examination? Well, that Mr. William Shakespeare is a liar and a thief. In other words, that his testimony is unreliable. That's it. That's exactly it. Very well, and let us assume that man is a liar. Now allow me to pose another question. What possible difference does that make? Well, we know that suicide can be discounted. Scotland Yard's investigation revealed no signs of another vessel that contains poison. And on one night in question, there was no visitors to the room except excused. The young gasman testimony, which we have no reason to doubt, had confined that. Furthermore, the only possible way the poison could have entered the victim's body is via the tea. The court has seen no evidence whatsoever that suggests otherwise. What? Even when William Fitzchancellor is a lie you can claim to be, the facts still have objectively established. There's no escaping it. Therefore, in light of these facts, the prosecution calls for immediate adjudication. You. What? Oh great, and this... Oh yeah, the red one. Maybe it's...
Hold on, welcome to how do you defend these spots?
Isn't this Naruto? What was the point of that last cross-examination? Did it actually get us anywhere? Or did it make no difference at all, like Lord Van Zieks is saying? No, raise objection, we can. No, this isn't over. The defense will not rest. What?
But Counsel, you had successfully explained everything. You identify and sustain the unscrupulous method employed by Mr. Shams to consume gas. What more is there to discuss?
Lord Van Zieks just highlighted facts in order to make his point. But contrary to what he would have the court believe, not all of them have been objectively established at all. What are you trying to say, my Nepalese friend? At least one of the so-called facts is an assumption and made due to a lack of evidence. But the situation has changed now, following the cross-examination of the latest witness to take the stand.
Don't be absurd. What is this nonsense?
Yes, when you bring everything we learned so far together and consider it as a whole, it's clear. There's a question we now reconsider, namely, what's the poison in the tea? We found me lead to believe that the strike poison afflicted Shakespeare was in a tea brought to him by Miss Natsume, but that conjured at best.
Objection!
The victim has testified there is nothing else past his lips at night. There is no other possibility. And since there was no trace of the tea left at scene, it couldn't be tested for trace of poison. As I said, the situation has changed because in fact, some of Mr. Natsume's tea was left at the scene. And in a particular piece of evidence proves it.
Objection!
Yeah, the tea is red. A ludicrous claim. Scotland Yard detectives investigate the scene exhaustively. What evidence are you suggesting they missed?
The defense has made a bold claim indeed. Very well, counsel. Please present your proof. What evidence from the scene of the crime can tell us about the nature of the defendant's tea?
Take that!
Good gracious! The soap again? The same bar the victim used to fashion his coins of ice?
Yes, that's right, my lord. It just come back to me. Something about when we first found this bar of soap at the scene yesterday. Hold on. Greg is going to be raining soon. It's more bars of soap. So, what are bars of soap doing lined up on the ledge outside the window? I'm quite certain that when we originally stumbled upon the bars of soap, there was actually a frozen coin in each bar. So you discover the gas tea's coin factory. Fascinating. In a way, yes, but they were small. They're small. The coins we found in the soap at the time weren't normal ice.
There was something strange about them, you mean?
Exactly, something very obviously strange. They were red. The ice was red.
No, you mean...
That's right, it's obvious to me now. The fake coins in the soap were made from frozen tea. What? I'm reminded quite of the statement made by Mr. Natsume earlier in this trial. That evening, yes, I did take some freshly brewed tea with me when I visited Mr. Shamsu's room as a gift. But public water pumped outside his freezers at night, so I bought a bottle of water especially to make it. And this is the result. Never will touch tea again.
Ah yes, I believe there will be a snowfall that day. It was particularly cold. Certainly on such occasion, the poor constructed water mains in the east end are prone to freezing.
So on the night in question, Mr. Shamsu, having no running water to use, was forced to use tea brought by Mr. Natsume in order to make his fake coins.
My word!
There were 2 bars of soap on the window ledge when my judicial assistant and I investigated the scene. That's right, and we will only borrow one of them, which means that even as we speak, some of the defendant's tea is still present at the scene of the crime, frozen solid in a bar of soap outside Mr. Shamsu's window.
Extraordinary!
Earlier today, Inspector Grayson informed the court that even one drop of tea remained, Scotland Yard will be able to analyze it for poison. As such, we are now in a position to prove or disprove what has until now been mere conjecture. By finding out for sure whether or not Mr. Natsume's tea actually contains strychnine at all.
You smart nippers!
My lord, we cannot do the defendant in the injustice of passing judgment now. The police should be dispatched to recover the remaining bar of soap from the scene at once, and the defense requests a thorough analysis of the frozen tea embedded in it. They determine whether or not it contains any poison.
Bailiff! Instruct the police to attend the scene at once.
Yes, my lord, understood.
It would seem we have no choice but to suspend these proceedings for the time being. I trust you have no objection, Lord Van Zieks.
None, my lord.
Scotland Yard will recover the tea from the sea and carry out the requisite tea immediately. The trial will resume at the same hour tomorrow. The prosecution and the defense may conduct all investigation as appropriate in the interim.
Yes, my lord. Well, we managed to scrap through this somehow.
Thank you, councils. Court is adjourned until tomorrow.
Wait, really? So this is more like back in the Ace Attorney where we don't have one-day trial thingy. Ah, good. At least can rest until before the rain starts. Anyways, to those who are watching and seeing, thank you for watching. If you like it, give a like and subscribe. This is Andrew, signing off. Cause in recess.